it's the start of training camp down here, but you've had a chance, just like last year, to be with the majority of this group in Buffalo. How beneficial is that experience going into camp here?
Yeah, I think it's great. Especially, I know up top the focus was, it was going to be an intense practices. They want to change the culture up there. Obviously, they're trying to get into the playoffs. So the guys were put through a lot there, and then some of them were able to get into games, and I thought our guys played really well in the games. It's good to get into game action, and then for those other guys, Slags, War Dog, Kuntar, the guys that didn't get a chance to play in the game, there was a lot of practices during that time, workouts where they were training almost like a kind of a mini off season that month for those guys. And we did a little skating at the end, a little skate test, and all of our guys are in great shape. They look really good day of practice. But anytime you're there for NHL preseason to be around, and it's always beneficial, and I think our guys took a lot out of it and be ready to go down here.
You obviously, this league is about development. I know they are not here right now. What does it say about guys like Noah Osmond and Josh Dunn to still be up there with what they play?
Yeah, Noah's in one of the games against Detroit, there was a injury upper body, but it's nothing too serious. I think we'll see him back down soon. But Dunner, great story. He's, I don't know what's going to happen up there, but he's played great, plays the game the right way, and I know he's had a big impact on the group, and he's pushing, and I hope the best for him. He's played great, fought his first game. He's reliable, wins face-offs. I think he worked on his skating. Is it ever going to be perfect? No, but really took it in the summer to, work on his first three strides. And I thought he's played great, so I'm hoping he has another good game on Wednesday.
Of the guys that are here in Rochester with you from the start of this camp, were there any that were maybe surprises in Buffalo to you?
I think all of our guys played well. The feedback, Fiedler Schultz got in the game, played really good. Even Kuntar, who didn't get an opportunity to play the game, but had a huge impact on the camp. I think he was, out of all 45 guys in camp, I think he was in all the testing, off-ice testing, I think he was number one, skating testing. All of our guys showed really well. I think made a huge impact. Helly played really good in the game. So I was just proud of the guys of how they played and how they competed, and I think they left a good imprint on their time there.
First day of camp down here, I couldn't help but notice after one of the drills, he came up to you, introduced himself, he shook his hand. There's a lot of that goes on in this first week. You're getting to know them, they're getting to know you, right?
Yeah, it is. Especially the guys from Jax. We have more than usual. It's a unique camp just because we don't have any preseason games this year, so we're trying to simulate. Today was really a hard day. We were on the ice for about an hour and 20 minutes, skating at the end. So just trying to get the group in the best shape possible to be ready to play in a couple weeks.
What are some of the other challenges? You mentioned no preseason games. That's got to be tough for coaching staff.
In a way, I think a lot of our guys got an NHL preseason game, so I think we have a lot of cohesiveness. I mean, I don't know what the number is. Donnie, you'd probably have a better idea of how many guys were returning. I mean, it's quite a bit. So there's a lot of familiarity with how we want to play, how practices are ran, what's expected. So there's a comforting feeling knowing like how many guys we have back from last year. So you just come in and guys know how we want to play. And it would be nice. I look at it both ways. You could have a preseason game. Most of the time in preseason games in the AHL, you're not playing your full lineup anyways. I mean, we'd probably play 3 to 5 guys at the most. So I just look at it each day as try to maximize what we're trying to do and get us close to game ready and how we want to play leading up to that first game.
And obviously getting guys back that know how you are.
Yeah.
How the bar has been set as far as postseason play.
Yeah.
Seasons, right? That's important.
Yeah, it is. I think, you know, I think we did a lot of really good things last year. There's certain areas that I think we'll talk about it with the team, that first team meeting going in next week when our roster's pretty close to finalize. I think there's some things in our game we could clean up and just how we want to play. But I thought for the most part, I think we established last year there wasn't too many stretches where we played bad hockey. And I think we want to play fast, we want to play north, we want to play fearless. And now it's just getting a little bit more jam in our game. There's certain things we'll talk about with the group. But I think we've established an identity as a team, and most of the guys coming back know what that is. But with that being said, you got to reset. I mean, nothing's going to be given to us. You know, we had 40-plus wins last year. That's great, but we got to reset and focus on what we want this team to become.
To that point, Leo, I think, depending on what happened in Buffalo, you could have as many as 17, 19 players return.
Yeah.
The biggest absences are probably through this leadership group, 3 players that wore letters are outside of the organization now. How soon would you look to name your leadership group? Would that be by team vote, your decision? And what factors go into making a leader at this level?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys. Those guys you're speaking about that left had a huge impact on the organization. Those guys will be missed for sure. But there's a lot of guys on the team that, you know, the Metzes, whatever happens with Dunner, there's other guys that are coming from different organizations, Carson Meyer, different guys that have been leaders on the team. There's a lot of guys that have been around, but we haven't discussed it too much. I think we have a feel of who we think will be in the leadership group. But there's a lot of guys in there that maybe Bones is another one that comes to mind that has played pro hockey for a long time, that has real leadership qualities. He's not more lead by example in how he plays and how hard he competes. So we have a good idea, but I think I'm not going to rush it. But obviously, before the first game, we'll have who's going to wear the C and the A's or however we want to do it, whether it's road, how many we come up with. But there's a good core of guys that we think are leaders and maybe haven't wore letters before, but can step in the role. Lecision's another one. He's played in the NHL close to 100 games, been a part of winning organizations, played in Vegas for 2 really good coaches, really good teams. So he's another one that comes to mind. But we'll let it play itself out. But before the game, we'll have an idea of who'll be in the leadership group.
You're not a rookie anymore.
No, yeah.
So, as you go into your second year, how are you personally? How are you feeling? Are you comfortable? More comfortable?
Yeah. I mean, last year I was probably a bit nervous for sure. I don't know I think I'm probably one of the youngest maybe coaches or one of. So I think there's always, if you're a really competitive person, you want to do well, right? And what has been established over the last 4 years here, the standard is making it to the playoffs and making deep runs. So, but felt more comfortable definitely, Donnie, as the year went on and how we were playing and the things the new, not style, just different things that we put to the team of how we wanted to play, and guys bought into it. So I feel comfortable now for sure.
Welcome back.
Thank you.